Well, all right. Let me get this thing off here. Hold on. How do I take this off? Do that. Yay, I do that. Oh, I still got the sticker on my glasses. Gotta take that off. It's Friday. Hey, Timmy, you're just in time, man.
Yeah, I completely forgot I'm in Central Time Zone now.
Oh, that's right. You're on my time zone now.
So it's only 8 p.m. where I'm sitting.
Nice. So you're in Ohio or Idaho?
No, I'm in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. Timmy, what did you lose in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin?
A lot of stress today. I spent the day with two good friends out on the Mississippi River catching some fish.
So the Mississippi River goes up to Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah. It starts out way up in Minnesota.
Wow. So is that what you're chewing on now? Some of that good fish? What did you catch?
No, I'm actually finishing up the last of I had venison chops for dinner tonight.
Venison. Did you kill that too?
My buddy Glenn did.
Your buddy Glenn did. He's one of those Wisconsin guys, huh? With a truck.
He's originally from California, and I'm going to brain cramp on the name of the small farming town there in California that he was born in, and then grew up down in Texas, and he's lived in Missouri, Iowa. He and I were in the Marine Corps for 5 years together.
Okay, all right, that explains it. Nice. So tell me about your flight, man. What was that like?
Dude, American Airlines sold probably, I think they maybe didn't sell 4 seats. Actually, 2, 4, maybe they didn't sell 6 seats.
No way.
So I just happened that I got up and I was going to use the lavatory, and 2 rows behind me were a guy on the window seat at one end and a guy in the window seat in the other, and nobody between them. And I said to the stewardess, "You mind if I sit in this aisle seat right here?" And she's like, "Yep, no problem. Have at it." Because otherwise, there was a guy next to me and a guy next to him.
Wow! But everybody had you were required to wear a mask, right?
Oh yeah. Except for when you were eating. Well, you didn't. Yeah. When we got on the plane, they handed us a little bag, and inside of that bag was a bottle of water and a thing of pretzels.
No peanuts, huh?
No peanuts. Water and pretzels. Oh, no in-flight service, and no, you can't bring it with you.
Oh, you can't bring your own food.
Yeah, well, definitely you can't bring your own beer or alcohol.
I bet you tried.
No, they make that announcement several times before you get on the plane and after you get on the plane.
Well, they should know by now, right, that you got liquor on you.
No in-flight service, and no, you can't bring it on with you.
Welcome, Jarvis.
What's going on, Paul? What's up, Tim?
Good afternoon, Jarvis. How we doing?
I got to talk about this shirt. If you're not going to talk about the shirt, Timmy, I'm going to talk about the shirt.
Hey, man, you can talk about my shirt, man. Talk about my shirt. I happen to be comfortable in my paisley.
Man, it looks like you fell in a vat of stuff, man. What
Hey,
happened?
man. Hey, that's how I'm feeling today.
It looks festive.
It's festive.
It looks like Timmy called you this morning and said, "Hey, where are the salmon? Where are the salmon?"
Hey, I tell you what, I got it in 3 other colors, so look out.
They saw you coming, didn't they? They said, "Man, get all them out the back room. Dust them shirts off. We got one."
Hey, man, it's comfortable. I didn't have to press it. Nice little breathable material for this hot weather we've been dealing with.
Good to go, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Timmy's on the road. He's down in Wisconsin. What's your week been like?
Oh man, I've been a couple of places, man. I had to go to the Grand Rapids area last week. The week that y'all didn't catch me, I had to go to Kentucky. So I was down there in Franklin. It was like 102 degrees down there, and had to go down there for a friend of mine's family member's funeral. So, but other than that, man, I've been locked and loaded, man. I've been right here.
Nice. So, I count on you guys to tell me what's going on in the world. I don't watch TV. So I need you guys to tell me what I missed this week. Anything good? The House Stepford Wives still Stepford Wives? What's going
on? I don't know how good. I guess it depends on the perspective, huh, Tim?
All I know is I met a Karen at the airport on Thursday when I landed.
I've been meeting a couple of Karens.
No,
dude, have you ever been to Dubuque, Iowa?
I've been through there.
Okay, so American Airlines is the only airlines that services Dubuque, Iowa, commercially. Everything else is, pretty much private stuff. So they got this little bitty rental car spot there. They got Avis, which is also budget,
right,
and then Hertz in there. And the poor kid who works the counter is also the kid that's taking cars back in and cleaning them up and getting them gassed up and ready to be rented out again.
He got 4 jobs.
Right. So the plane lands and he's got his sign out that says, dial this number if you need help. So I dialed the number, and the guy that answered it said to me, yeah, we know there's a couple of you guys there. He's going to be right in as soon as possible. He's finishing up servicing a car. I said, all right, cool, I can wait. Well, little did I know that 2 people in front of me was Karen. So Karen, he finally shows up. First, she starts bitching at him about the fact that she had to wait 10 minutes for him to come in. Okay, and she should have been on the road already. Then she starts going at him because she ordered a car online, a specialty car, to pick up at this airport for a one-way rental. And the specialty car wasn't there. So now she's going to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on instead of saying to him, all right, let me call up Avis and see what they're going to do for me. Finally, the poor kid, he just gave up. He was trying to do everything he could to calm her down, keep her happy, and it was obvious she wasn't going to be happy. So he says to her, ma'am, I'm sorry. There's obviously nothing I can do for you. Here's my manager's phone number. Please call him. So then I hear her off to the side while the woman that was right in front of me is getting her car. I hear her telling the manager, I don't know what your person's problem is over here. I was just trying to talk to him, and he tells me he can't talk to me and that I need to call you. And I'm like, Karen, if you didn't realize what kind of an obnoxious, aggravating person you were being, there is a real problem here.
Maybe she didn't realize how much of an obnoxious person she was being.
Listen, hey, we got comments for the first time ever.
Uh-oh. Which one of my fans don't like me no more?
Well, here Zara Zion says hi.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
And then Laser Beam Giveaway says hi.
Hello.
Hello. Laser Beam.
Farara, is it I got that right? Faraha? Shad?
Yeah, Shad.
Farah Shad. She says hi. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
And here's your favorite, Timmy. Harry Potter.
We got a
Harry Potter's in the house.
Okay, that's got to be one of my friends.
And what makes you say that? Hey, can you raise your laptop up at all, Timmy? Can you get it higher? Because we're looking at the sky behind you, and you're washed.
All right.
I mean, not that we really want to see your face.
try to get away from the sun, but that's
so. What I miss on TV? Jarvis, did you watch anything fun, exciting?
Man, you are asking the wrong one. I didn't get in front of a TV none this week. The only thing I did get a chance to see was that Netflix movie, Fatal Affair.
Why would you watch something like that?
Did you watch it with your wife?
He's taking notes.
No. It had Nia Long and Omar Epps in it.
Okay.
So, I mean, those are contemporaries, contemporary actors when I was growing up. So of course, I want to see what they're talking about. And it's a Netflix original. I think that I heard a lot of people talking about it too. And I think people's expectations of the movie was because there was a certain caliber of actor or actress in it that the movie would be, phenomenal. The acting would be great. But, again, you're talking about a Netflix movie. So you know how big that budget is.
Right.
So I think everybody's expectation was one thing when it should have been another. You're not talking about 21st Century Fox. You're not talking about Universal. You're talking about the Netflix
has deep pockets.
So I mean, yeah, but I think they expected what they got. I don't think the movie was horrible. I mean, it's a typical plot, but it was decent. I think they could have done a little bit better as far as some of the acting, but Omar Epps has been doing TV as far as doing House. He was doing House for a long time.
Right.
So, going back into the whole motion picture scene may have been, difficult for him. And then Nia Long, I think she had even gone into doing television. So, television and motion picture is a little bit different. So I think they were getting their feedback and that kind of thing. I mean, hey, I'm no actor, so I don't know. I haven't been in the so, but just my opinion. Hey,
welcome, Sharima.
Hey, Jarvis. Hey, Paul.
Hello.
Hey, Tim. How y'all doing?
You are showing off your backyard again. I don't like you.
I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I am cracking up at the dogs behind the curtain there, Paul.
Do you see them? Fighting back there?
I can hear them. They were getting into a tussle.
They are acting well. They were. Let's see.
That's the tough part about being on the
holding court right here, and they keep going over him to get back into the back, and he doesn't like it. So we've got a third dog. You didn't know that, did you?
Yeah, you told me.
You want him?
No, I didn't. Thank you for asking.
And I tried to give it to you already.
You did?
Damn. Hey, Jarvis.
Yo. No, sir.
Hey, Paul.
What's that?
You're beginning to sound like Clint Eastwood in that movie, Dirty Harry movie. Hey, mister, is that your dog? What? You want him?
Oh,
that's fantastic.
All right, Tim, Harry Potter's talking to you.
You know who I think that is? I think that's my youngest son that you talked with all last week.
I think so. It makes sense. Because we got Zara and Ziana. How do you say that? Zayan? Can you see that name?
No, I can't see. I'm on a small screen.
Zayaan.
Is it Zayan?
Zayan.
Cool.
Phonetically spell your name, Zayan. We're having a hard time here. And then we got Harry Potter, a.k.a. Tim's youngest. We're guessing. Redskin Halavar is in the building, guys. Who's that, Timmy? Is that one of your boys?
What's that?
He said Redskin Halavar is in the building, guys. I know, Tim, you love some Harry Potter.
Redskin Havilah. I don't know that name, but that may be one of his, because the shows that he watches, I sit back and I shake my head and I go, boy, where'd you find that?
I think it's a J.R. Tolkien reference, I think. And then we got one more here. Why do these people, Lazar Bean giveaway. Hi, Leswern Yespisko, Yanispico. How are you doing today? Why are these people having all this hard stuff for me to read?
We're getting international, Paul. It's not local.
That's all I'm saying. We need a Bob, a Mary, a Steve to sign in. Jeez, oh, geez. That's all I'm saying.
Too easy.
I'd even take a Karen.
Sure.
Boom.
Stop.
So,
Oh,
Sharima,
Lord.
I was asking the guys, I don't watch television, so I need you to catch me up. Did you watch anything fun?
I don't watch TV. I've hardly watched any movies at all this
Come
whole
on
year.
now. You definitely look like a Housewives of Atlanta kind of gal.
You really? Do I
Either
now?
that- I was going to say that or Honey Boo Boo.
Stop, Paul. Stop.
You sure do know how to get a rise out of a girl, Paul.
I'm sorry. So, yeah, okay, then if you didn't watch any TV, where are you guys getting your news and information? I'm counting on you.
NPR,
Okay,
of course.
the radio.
Where else do you get it from?
Tim, where are you getting it from?
I get it from 3 sources. I watch the local cable one, I watch the BBC British broadcast, and then I watch Fox News.
Oh, you admit that?
Yeah, but he balances it.
Yeah.
He's got
Seriously.
3 things going there. I kind of like it. I like it.
He
That's
balances it.
the local
Seriously.
and CNN. So I mean, And
Yeah,
then
my
updates
local
that I get on my phone.
the cable channel, cable package I got has their own local channel. But after about an hour, they're on an hour loop. So after about an hour, you've heard all the stories. It's time to change to BBC.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen BBC, the British broadcast at 2:00, they do a half an hour of Inside Africa, and it's nothing but news stories from Africa.
Interesting.
I like it. I found a thing on Twitch that is music videos from Africa.
Yeah.
And they are jamming. It's like a rap, calypso, island kind of vibe going. And I haven't heard one N-word or one, every once in a while I'll hear a cuss word. You know what I mean? But it's like, I think they got different rules over there.
Where did you find this, Paul?
It's on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Switch. Okay.
I used to play this game called The Movies, where you were a movie producer and you had to build a sound stage and a lot and then produce different movies, horror, science fiction, action. It was like The Sims, but it concentrated on movies. So I go to Twitch and I'm looking for stuff to see, and then boom, The Movies. It has a whole section in Twitch. So I'm like, wow. I mean, I haven't played that in like 10 years. Let me click on it. I click on it. There's no movies in it. It's just the African video station. I think they've hidden themselves in there. And they play African music videos all day long. It's fabulous. I'm going to pull one up
I'll tell
here.
you, I've seen a couple of different in-depth interviews with some of the producers, and this is in different countries in Africa. And it seems to be that they're all into the I don't want to say street level, creating music, but creating music that's going to appeal to the higher educated, and the music that seems to be motivating and enlightening and fun to dance to as well.
Okay.
Nice. Well, Shahad said that the Zara and Zion are amazing people. They respect everyone, sub to them, and comment on their first video. They deserve the best. So apparently these guys are streamers.
Okay, cool.
And they're looking to us here at Eclectic Ramblings and a company called Spectacle Productions to make them legit.
I'm not against it.
I'm not against it either.
All four of us are here. I don't know who they're going to get to follow them. Shoot, everybody I know is on the screen.
Oh, you got more friends than who's on the screen.
Oh my goodness! Listen, I use the term friends lightly. I got acquaintances. See, a friend is somebody, I've had to been to their house more than 3 times. Right?
Okay.
And I have to at least met their mother, their father, or their dog.
Okay.
Not necessarily in that order.
Paul, I have known you for 16 years.
Yes.
I don't think you've been to my house 3 times. I think you've met my parents.
I have.
So are we friends
3 times from your
friends-ish?
house? No, I've been to your house 3 times.
Have you?
Now, I've only been in it once.
Okay.
And it was your mother's house. So that doesn't count at all.
Hey, Sharima, you know when the real clue should have been? Was the day when you showed up at his front door stalking him at the studio, and he ran down to let you in.
True,
Isn't that
he
what
did.
you're supposed to do? How do you keep your stalkers?
Okay.
Hey, Jarvis, it looks like they like your background.
I like your background too.
Tell them where you are. Tell them where you are.
My mother made those curtains.
They match your shirt.
So plugs to Dorothy Richardson, all right? She made those curtains.
They match your shirt, Jarvis.
Hey, what doesn't match my shirt?
I know that.
Point.
I remember puking in the 10th grade, and that's bringing it back.
Oh, you are just jealous. Everything each one of us is wearing goes with Jarvis's shirt.
Hey,
Everything.
I'm universal.
Did you guys call each other with this peach thing?
Nary a word.
I hadn't talked to Sharima in a couple of weeks.
I know.
You know
it's been
what was my choice for this shirt, Paul? This is a fishing shirt that I bought when I was in Cleveland, Ohio last year. Walleye fishing that's a walleye on it.
Oh man, walleye is some good fish.
Oh yeah, and since I was going out on the Mississippi today, and there are parts of the river in Prairie du Chien that get up to over 100 feet deep, I figured if I fell overboard, I wanted somebody to be able to easily find me under the water.
Very smart.
Always think ahead.
Brilliant. Well, I was too lazy to put the green screen up, so I just wore a green shirt.
So now you're the orange brick. So now we all match, right?
Yes. Superman, baby. What are you talking about? I'm man of brick. I
thought he was a man of steel.
You were wearing green a minute ago, and now you're brick.
You missed it last week. He was having more fun changing backgrounds last week. Every 2 seconds I looked up, he's in somebody else's living room or he's behind a fireplace. He was just changing backgrounds.
I actually had the green screen up last week.
Oh wow.
But like I said, I was too lazy to put it up, so I just put on a green shirt.
So I got a question.
Sure.
Have you guys been hearing about this family sharing kind of financial savings plan called Susu or the Flower?
Susus, yeah.
Yeah, and the extreme rise in it as of late.
It makes sense. It seems like every time somebody gets shot, Jarvis, the Susu goes around.
Okay. So
and I'm down with it. I like it.
I've never heard of it.
So I've experimented and invested. The pros and the cons of it. Definitely got to be in the group that the administrators and the people who are a part of it have integrity. Because when that thing gets too big and they start splitting those susus and splitting those flowers and trying to fill those boards, it takes so long for people to get their potential savings, and it's not equitable. Mm-hmm. And so I've started to see that across the board, where you got a group of people where the progression is slow but steady, and you got a group of people who are making a bunch of quick investments, and their name is all over a bunch of boards, and those are the ones that you see getting paid out. And the people who've only made an investment and invited two other people at the bottom of the protocol because they've only invested once.
So, okay, this isn't sounding like the Susu that I know. This
Yeah,
is more
a lot of it being modified.
Yeah, it was more of a business type of
That's how
loan setup where everybody puts in $100, and then 1 month you get the kitty, and then the next month somebody else gets the kitty.
Right.
We got Tara the avocado saying hello.
That's my child.
I know that's your child. Look at her.
It is.
She has changed her YouTube handle. So
right. What's up with the avocado though, baby? Come on.
Hey, she said it sounded good. I said, hey.
That's right. That's right.
I am not
your
mad
name,
at her.
Tara? That's really pretty.
Yep, that's the name. Yep.
That's a cool
We got
name.
another comment here. Somebody's talking about Sharima.
Oh, is that a fact?
Farara
I don't know, should you
Shahad.
read it
Said,
aloud?
when at Sharima Barra laughs, I just want to laugh along with her because her laugh makes me laugh. For Harry Potter, shout out is Firma Sun Casaron. Man, I'm having a hard time tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna need a translator for some of these names.
That's all I'm saying.
But that's
we're gonna nickname everybody Fat Man and Little Boy.
we have some pretty nice comments,
Wait a minute. I fit in with Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah. You're running out of light out there, Sharima. What are you gonna do? You gonna sit under the porch light and get et by the skeeters?
No, sweetie, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna carry you in my house.
Nice. Well, I'm still trying to find out what happened this week in the news. Let me hear some NPR. What you hear on NPR?
What you haven't heard yet that President Trump is going to postpone the elections?
Of course.
And then not accept the results.
Well, he wants to follow Hong Kong. Hong Kong just decided to do that yesterday.
But Hong Kong can.
For a whole year.
The president can't change the election.
That's what I keep saying to the people that keep throwing it up there.
Hey,
please. You think
and he has no desire. He has no desire to change the election. All he wants to do is cast doubt on the results. Yeah. So that when he loses, if he loses, he can say it's rigged.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, if he wins and the other guys say it's rigged, what does that say?
Well, that's what you've been hearing for the last 4 years now.
Pretty much.
Exactly. And as far as I'm concerned, it is rigged. If the Electoral College can decide to vote, it's rigged.
Always.
But it's been that way for years.
But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, just because it's been doesn't mean it has to be. What I need somebody to teach me how to write legislation. I'm really upset. I want to sue the American government. I want to sue the American government and make them overturn Andrew Jackson's overturning of Reconstruction. If Trump can come in and overturn everything that Barack Obama did, why can't we go in and overturn what Andrew Jackson did?
But he can't.
Andrew Johnson.
Was it Johnson? It was Jackson. No, Johnson. Did we have two Andrew presidents?
Well, apparently so, sweetie, but it was Johnson. Jackson was here about 40 years before that.
Okay, my bad. I see. I was going to tell you I watched Hamilton, so I'm really fired up.
Yeah.
Oh, when did you see Hamilton?
I saw Hamilton the last 3 days. I've been going to sleep to it.
Really?
It is really has really got my creative juices going. I told you I wrote a musical about Juneteenth.
Sharima, he's right. Andrew Jackson was the 7th president.
Yes, he was the 7th president.
Lyndon Johnson was the Johnson.
But Andrew Jackson is the one that overturned Reconstruction.
Yep.
No, it was Johnson.
No, Johnson's too late, Sharima.
Johnson was Lincoln's vice president.
No, hold on.
Hold on now. Jarvis is
Jackson
Googling.
Was dead by then.
Well, maybe I got my facts wrong. It's actually an NPR story that I heard that was talking about how the Reconstruction was, designed to give 40 acres and a mule up the East Coast to all the enslaved people, and then that he put a kibosh on it by vetoing it. Congress passed it, the Senate passed it, but he vetoed it.
Yes. Well, see,
so there's got to be some mechanism within our government to let us go and overturn that veto.
Well, and then he was impeached.
You have to
until 1825.
What'd you say, Jar?
I said it wouldn't have been Jackson because he had only been in office since 1825. 1825 was his last term.
Yeah, it was 40 years before that. See, Johnson was impeached. He was the first president to be impeached, or he was about to be. Yes. So, but he was, and seriously, until our current president, he was the worst president in history, in my opinion. He was awful.
Our most current
now
president.
he's
okay. Well, I can
see by Trump.
I can see where the story might have mixed up Johnson and Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And he meant to say Johnson, and he said Jackson, and now I just repeated it.
Well, I mean, right. Look at Jackson's history and track record on race relations. He oversaw the Trail of Tears.
Okay.
So no, I mean, you could be forgiven for getting those two confused.
So
okay, now I know who you're talking about, Paul. The person you are talking about is Johnson, but it's not that Johnson. Is Richard Mentor Johnson, who was the 9th president.
Really?
Well, he was the 9th vice president. He served under Martin Van Buren.
Oh, gotcha.
He had to do with the turning of Reconstruction.
He's the guy that did it.
Yeah.
So we need to go back in our history machines and beat his.
Paul,
I stopped myself.
You know the remedy for a presidential veto, right?
Impeachment.
No, serious. If the president vetoes something, it goes back to the House and the Senate. And if they can get 3/4 of the members of each body to vote for the bill again, then they override the president's veto and it becomes law.
So we need to find out the history and see what happened and see who we need to be suing.
Well,
right?
the thing is that you can't go backwards now. So what you need to do now is get that bill reintroduced and passed with what they call a veto-proof majority, which means 3/4 of the House and 3/4 of the Senate passes it. So if the president vetoes it, they can just turn around and override his veto.
So can you reintroduce with modifications, or do you have to reintroduce it as exactly as it is? So we don't have to take 40 acres and a mule. We can get 3 condos and a college education.
It's a
What are you
brand new
laughing
bill.
at?
It's a brand new bill, brother. It's a brand new bill.
Make it sound so catchy, Paul. You need to get a T-shirt with that made on it. Instead of 40 acres and a mule, 3 condos and college education. Put that on the shirt. Put that on the shirt, brother. I would buy that shirt.
Now, I'm going to ask you
one to live in and one to generate income with. 2 to generate income with.
Yeah.
All right. So if every one of us got 3 condos, who are we going to rent the other 2 to?
To the 18-year-olds that don't get it. You know what I mean? There's gonna be an age cut somewhere, right? So we can rent to the kids. Or the white folks, or the Mexicans, or the Asians, or the Saudis, or anybody that ain't black. They got to live somewhere too. Come on,
have you ever been a real estate or a landlord?
I am now.
Yeah. How's that working out?
It's wonderful. I've got a management company that handles everything for me, dude.
Right. But how's your cash flow working out? How are you living large and you can retire from everything else?
No, it's not as much as you want it to be. It really isn't. And I'm splitting mine 3 ways.
Yeah.
But if I was pocketing all of it, I'd be walking away with $600 extra a month, $700 extra a month.
Shit, I thought I was doing with $144 a month, but every couple of months, all of a sudden, the house needs something new, and $144 a month, I was borrowing money from myself to fix the house. So every year, I was able to write a loss off on the house.
Well, that's a good thing too. Sometimes, isn't it?
Well, Junie. He keeps
Right.
telling me that's a good thing. He does not believe that I should not have a mortgage, which I don't anymore, and B, he was like, yeah, it's an investment, dude. It's an investment. I said, yeah, that's what I bought the house for. It was an investment. $144 a month was not the investment I was looking for.
Well, yeah, but it's the $400,000 you're gonna get when you sell it, and you just got to eat the 144 to keep it occupied. You know what I mean?
It wasn't quite that much, but I did more than double my money on the property.
So there, quit complaining about the $140. Some people's children, Jarvis. Some people's children.
I'm just trying to talk you out of this. There's 3 condos and a free college education.
In other news,
there's more guaranteed ways to make better money.
Well, listen, the 3 condos don't have to be in the same place. You could get one in like North Carolina, and you can have summer home and a winter home, and we could just be as bougie as we wanted to be.
That's a nice idea.
Did you know that right out of school, some electricians and plumbers make more money than guys with bachelor's degrees?
Why wouldn't they? I mean, I know garbage men in New York City making more. They're pulling $80,000 a year, $80,000 to $120,000 a year dumping trash cans.
The problem is they have to live in New York City, where you're gonna pay.
No. They live in Maryland and Virginia. These guys helicopter in. Hey, Harry Potter says, thanks for the information. I think we should use the Vermig section for a Tootler's Horcross. It will work best. And then Zara complained about my nicknames. It says everybody needs to have a nickname. Batman and Little Boy wasn't enough. I guess I need to be Paul Herring Sr. 2020. Nicknames are supposed to be shorter, right? Indian names are longer. He who runs with wind and dog who has hair face and stuff like that.
You know what my Indian name is?
Herman Cain. We lost him.
Yep.
Yes.
To coronavirus.
Are you sure, Jarvis?
That's what they say, man. Hey, I'm just telling you over the news.
But he was 78 years? He's up there in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in his 70s.
Well, I thought it was a hoax. I saw it the other day, and it just felt like a hoax.
That he died?
That he had died. Yeah.
No, it's been confirmed that he's died.
Well, John Lewis is lying in state. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that who you're saying was the hoax?
No. The
Herman Cain.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Lewis is lying in state. I mean, and of course, Trump refused to go because, John Lewis refused to see his administration as legitimate.
Of course. What killed that man? I don't know what killed him. What did he die of?
John Lewis?
No, he died of cancer.
John Lewis had
pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
Wow. What? I guess there's only one flavor, right? The one that takes
there's more than one flavor.
I'm trying to think of what cancer he had been battling. I can't remember, but he had been battling it for a while.
Yeah.
Because there was a hoax 3 weeks ago that a senator put out that he had passed on, and they had to because they had tweeted it.
I thought I had heard about it weeks ago because I thought, wow, why is he just lying in state now when I was sure I had heard about it weeks ago? I thought it was a month ago.
The senator who put it out had to retract her statement.
Whoa.
She put it out prematurely, and I don't know what information she had gotten, but when she put it out, several news carriers started posting it. And then it was confirmed that the information that she had got was erroneous information from Lewis's representative. So they had a retraction.
How do you erroneously tell somebody your boss is dead?
No kidding. I mean, it's like Mark Twain said. Rumors
my bad. Wait a minute. He just
are greatly exaggerated.
No. I'm saying the person who told them that Lewis was alive was Lewis's representative. The person who initially tweeted it was the person that was with him in the house, I guess. Not in his house, but in the House of Representatives. It was another government official that had gotten bad information from, I guess, who she thought was a reliable source.
Right. Yeah, his daughter called and told him, "Yeah, Daddy's gone."
But he was conscious at that time. He was not only still alive, but he was alive and I think conscious at that time. Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to pull through. I know it was something he had been battling for a while, and he had kind of had his bouts with it. And I think the last time that he had kind of made some public statements around the time of George Floyd, he had seemed weakened, but he seemed like he was still able to, communicate and have dialogue and things of that sort. But yeah, it was a shock.
Dude, I love that dude. He went to bat for us in Flint.
They really outdone themselves with the way that they have honored him, his mural in Atlanta. That the different ceremonies or whatever that they've had for him. He actually, at the fraternal organization I'm a part of, he was a part of. So they've done, some ceremonial stuff in Atlanta for him and that kind of thing, man. It's been really nice the way that they honored him. I agree. It's sad to see him go because of what he represents for us. And it's funny, we have all of these activists who are scattered, who kind of have their own agenda. Nobody has really pulled together fully to coalesce and streamline, I would say civil rights efforts. So, I mean, it's when we lose jewels like that give us information, that give us knowledge and a historical reference, it's tough because that's history that we don't get passed to us. Some of it's written, some of it's taught to other people that they may have mentored, but, we miss out on that.
Yeah.
Who do you think to sit at the feet of those who, have that kind of information. And it's unfortunate to miss out on that.
Yes. So who do you think will step up in his place?
I'll be honest, Sharima, from what we've seen with the way that our government, the Senate and the House have been run, I don't know that anybody will necessarily step up in his place. I don't know that you're going to find another character like that. That you're going to find somebody with that value system. And not to say that other generations don't have that value system, but that's not how the progression has gone. You look at even in the mid early 2000s to about 2010, we had all these people who were having dialogue, talking about activism, talking about pulling together, talking about being do tanks and not think tanks, and pulling resources together to really move the arm of social justice forward. And you've not seen the type of unity that is suggested that we can have, because everybody has their own frame of thought and nobody will galvanize really behind one person. And I don't know if this is because of mistrust. I mean, it could be because of a number of things. Different value system, different generation, different frame of thought, different level of trust. I mean, you think about it. Look at our city, Flint. We've had this water crisis and so much is going on. It is difficult to get a group of people to galvanize and to really streamline their efforts behind one person or one group of people because of all the infighting, because of the mistrust.
Yeah,
well, I agree. I mean,
my opinion, I ain't professional, but in my opinion, I don't see anybody stepping into that role.
Well, what about the moms? Yeah. What about the moms in Portland, man? You heard about them, right?
Not the moms part, about Portland and the federal officers coming down and the activists, but
right. Well, the federal officers are sent to Portland, right?
Right.
And then they gassed the Portland protesters. So the next night,
and they're no civilian police, from what we know. Yeah.
The next night, the parents, the moms of the protesters, made a circle around them to protect their kids.
Wow.
And they gassed them. So then the next night, there were going to be ex-veterans.
Now I heard about the ex-veterans.
Circling the moms, circling the protesters.
I heard about the ex-veterans.
But
I didn't hear how that went. Did anybody hear how that went?
Here's what happened down there is, the people on the ground that were being honest were admitting that there were the protesters, and then there were the agitators. And so they finally got the hint that as long as the agitators were allowed to agitate, the federal officers were going to be there doing what they're going to do. So the governor and the mayor finally had a conversation this past week, and the governor decided to put the Oregon State Police into the area to defend the federal courthouses and federal buildings from the agitators. And in exchange, if they showed that they could do it, then the Border and Protection, CBP, is who was there. Those were the police that were there, federal. They're going to be pulled out and redeployed as long as the Oregon State Police can protect the federal properties in Portland.
Wow. Well, Marcus told me yesterday that a friend of his had to jump off of a bridge in Portland because some guy mowed down 100 folks on a bridge with his car.
I saw that. I saw the car that was mowing through the protesters. I didn't know somebody had to jump off a bridge though.
Yeah, she said she had to jump off a bridge to keep from getting hit.
Gee whiz.
Or at least she told Marcus that.
People's are getting crazy, and the thing is, it's not the people that are peacefully out there saying we want this social change. It's the ones that don't want organized social change. They want anarchy, and those are the ones that are agitating. They were showing on the news one day all of the stuff that they had confiscated from the people that they were arresting around trying to vandalize federal buildings. And they had, those pump sprayers that you put your chemical in and you pump it up and you spray your lawn or around your house for ants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had about 40 of them confiscated that were full of urine and chlorine.
What? Oh my God.
Okay, this is what's being sprayed. This is what's being sprayed through the fence at the CBP offices. They got bad. I mean, they showed it, right? Video clip of people throwing bottle rockets from outside of the fence, inside of the fence, at the agents.
Yeah, well, I'm down with that, Timmy. If you're attacking me, attack me back. But if I'm standing there singing a song and I've seen them spraying and tackling and attacking people that weren't doing anything. So you can tell the difference between peaceful protesters and agitators.
Right. And what they claim, I don't know. I can't say yes or no because I haven't seen any evidence either way. But what they claim is the people that they went out and arrested on the street were people that they were chasing after because they were trying to vandalize a federal building and then ran into the crowd to try to get away.
Well, I can see that too. That's a kind of smart move, right?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, this has happened in St. Pete, where I live, where there's a group of people that love to agitate the cops and cause problems. And they've gone to block parties and tried to get people stirred up at the block party and then turn around and call the cops, the 911, and report a major riot going on at this block party. And then when the cops show up, these people that are trying to start the problem, they disperse amongst the crowd and they start throwing rocks and bottles at the cops from all different directions, trying to get them to overreact.
Well, I saw, on Facebook occasionally through my thing, they were showing pictures of people vandalizing like stores and breaking windows, but they were all young white men. But I'm thinking in Portland, most of the protesters are white folks, right?
Right. So you got to ask yourself, all right, is that people protesting on behalf of BLM? Most likely not. It's not, because what they're saying is that never starts until after the sun goes down. When it's early in the evening, it's peaceful protests. It's later on in the evening, night, when the peaceful protesters seem to start dispersing.
DLR training.
That that the agitators get out there and get started.
Well, I mean, even protests have rules. You can't protest before 6 a.m. and you can't protest after 9 p.m. or something like that, is it?
I have
Like
no idea. Every city's got its own ordinances.
Well, I mean, you can't be in a city park after sunrise or sunset or something like that. So that law itself would kick in, wouldn't it?
What I saw, they weren't in any city parks. They were in city streets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
we just need to designate some new parks.
Right. And the mayor is saying, okay, they're peacefully protesting. We're not going to break it up. We're not going to cause a problem. Peacefully protesting. But then the agitators get in the middle of it and start the problem up. But the mayor doesn't seem to want to deploy the cops to take care of the problem. So finally, the governor said he's going to send the state troopers in to take care of the problem.
Wow.
All right, what kind of video are you showing us?
I'm trying to see what I can find. The Guardian says
with DHS people.
Protesters.
See, not
Well, that would have been the night that my kid said the lady jumped off a bridge. That was last night when he told me.
Yeah, that showed on the news last night.
I can't skip the bank yet.
It was like a bluish Jeep or something, I think, that they showed.
Yeah, you had that idiot in Virginia. Was it last year or the year before? Same thing. He drove his vehicle through a crowd of people just because they made him angry.
Yeah.
He killed a woman. Her name was Heather. Yeah.
Wow. So now they've made that a I guess they put that idea in other people's heads, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, that actually happened to me in downtown Flint once. It was in the mid-'80s. It was a July 4th celebration, and this guy he was drunk, in fact. I mean, so obviously there was no motive with this guy. But okay. I remember the terror of turning around. I was not even quite a teenager yet. And I remember turning around and seeing this car barreling down, and it managed to stop, I mean, just a hair before it hit spectators. This was July 4th, and we were there. It was just before dark. The fireworks were just about to start. And I watched them cuff this guy. The cops that were there cuffed this guy and walk him away. So I remember that, that sense of, oh my God, this is happening. I mean, there would have been no motive, and come to find out he was trashed. But so I can only imagine add motive to that kind of terror. I can only imagine. Of course, we were on the bridge when he did that. We were on the South Saginaw Street Bridge. So I can only imagine my dad saying to both of us, my brother and I, leap over the bridge because we literally had no place to go.
Right.
We were on the South Saginaw Street Bridge when that happened. So I can only imagine this young woman leaping over a bridge to get away from this guy, because I've seen that. I've experienced that to the extent there was no motive. So add a motive, and that's pretty terrifying.
Well, I've got a runaway truck story.
Oh gosh! Of course.
How many have you guys seen? I can turn on this light too. Have any of you guys seen Michael Moore's movie? What was it? Was it Roger and Me? It was Roger and Me.
Of course.
You remember in Roger and Me when the guy stole the TV truck? They were doing a special with Dan Rather or Brokaw or something at the rink at Water Street. Okay. I can't remember what it was about, but there was some kind of live feed going on, and the guy jumped in the TV truck and pulled all the wires down the street. I'm standing in the line to get in the club, right? And we're standing in the line, and we're watching this truck come down the street, and the guy opens the driver's side and jumps out, gets on the sidewalk, and as he's running towards us, the truck hits the car that was in the left lane turning. So the guy in the car says, "Hey, get that guy," just as he was passing me. So I tackled him, and the guy came over and sat on him. He was drunk as hell. the guy from the car in the intersection came over and sat on him and waited till the police came so I could get back in line and get in the club.
All in a night for you, Paul.
Wow, Paul.
My gosh. So
why
did you?
When I met Michael, I told him about it and says, "Hey, I'm the guy who caught the guy who stole the truck in your movie."
So why weren't you featured in the movie? They should have been chasing him down.
I just want my name in the credits. I don't need a cameo or anything. Just, the guy who caught the guy. Yeah.
Paul, you are always in the right place at the right time. You've always got a story. It's always. I'm telling you.
I want to know one thing, Paul.
What's that?
Where does the Primo fit in all this?
The Primo was not in existence at that time. Thank you very much. But the Primo is back, baby. It is back. I got my baby back.
Not doing Paul Club Day.
What is Primo exactly in this context?
You don't know what the Primo is?
I'm afraid to ask, actually. I probably should retract my question.
The Prius limo.
She knows what it is.
Oh, yes. Oh, the Franken car. That's the Franken car. Yes.
I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that, Jarvis.
Franken car?
I think it's a great name.
That's not a bad name, Karima. I just didn't
I call it the Franken car.
I've
been in the Franken car. I'm telling you, one night it was Art Walk in downtown Flint, and Paul and I was hanging out with Paul that evening, and we were moving his car, and so we pulled up to Buckham Gallery, and we were sitting there talking, and then I looked, and I'm on the sidewalk side of the car that he's just parallel parked. And I look, and there's a whole line of people standing next to this car, all pointing and taking photos. And I'm just like, oh my God. And we got to get out and wade through all these people. I was like, man, this must feel like what it is to be at the Oscars, and you're one of the stars.
Thank you very much. My wife won't ride in it. She hates the attention. She just.
Yeah,
it was great. I enjoyed the heck out of it. We had to wade through people to get back into the car, too. They were all standing there taking photos.
Man, anytime. I'm souping it up now. I just put the computer monitor mount on the dashboard.
Oh no, you put the computer in it?
Oh well, the computer is just the start, dude. I've got a front and rear facing backup camera on the rear view mirror. I've got an iPad that's solely for engine functions. I've got another iPad in there that's for directions and tells me how much air is in the tires. And, yes, indeed. And then I can use my my phone because I got the mount facing the other way. So when I put my phone in the mount, I can use it as a display because it reflects off of the front window. So it's like a HUD display, so I can see the image and the road at the same time.
Paul, you can do anything.
I'm enjoying the life I'm living, baby. Just until I get arrested. I mean, until I can live the life. I enjoy it. You guys would put money on my books, wouldn't you?
I got you,
Paul. You got me?
I got you, man.
I'm a Snickers fan. You know what I'm saying?
I got no bail money, brother. I'm sorry. I got no bail money.
I'll look out, Paul. Worst case scenario, Paul, I'll pawn something to put money on your books, bro. I got you.
That's the kind of friends I need, Tim. Because I'm going down. You know I'm going down.
But I'm starting to agree with Sharima and the Franken car.
Oh, come on.
See, I've made two converts. Paul, just give in.
Well, Sharima, what do you want to say to people on the way out? You got 30 seconds.
Oh, well, thank you for another wonderful evening, Mr. Herring and Jarvis and Mr. Bulu. It was lovely being with you all tonight. Thank you.
No, that was sweet. Jay, what you got?
Man, I love getting with you guys in the Eclectic Rambling. Sorry I've been gone for a minute, but every time I get a chance to get with you, it's definitely a hoot. Paul is definitely the most entertaining storyteller I know.
For sure.
And Timmy's
Co-sign.
picture just got good. Look at that. Right when we get ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that light on you makes you look a lot better, Timmy.
Oh,
Which ain't saying much.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Yeah, there you go. Don't lie.
What you got?
Sharima, Jarvis, Paul, it's been a great evening again. I'm sitting out
That's
here
great.
on the back deck enjoying the fireflies.
Oh, that's what I love in my yard too. I love the fireflies.
Nice. Well, we got one last comment here. Jeff Collette. Jeff, I actually intended on inviting you to this, and I apologize because I forgot to send you an invite, but we're going to get you in here next week, buddy. He's one of my Oculus guys.
You got Twinkie money, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't going to ask why on the Twinkie money.
He's one of the Oculus fans. He watches me fly with my 360 VR deal. So I kind of like that guy. All right. It looks like we're out of time. I got about 6 seconds to do what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to do what we do, create your own podcast, create your own television show, have your own radio show. We are determined to make a difference, but we need you to too. Give us a call, 810-239-2901. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be anywhere in the world. We can do this. We can do this. 810-239-2901. And remember, enjoy the life you're living, guys. Just until you can live the life you'll enjoy. Peace. Oh, man, one day I'm going to be so cool, I'm going to be able to do this without looking.